Hello and welcome to another live stream. If you're new around here, my name is the Diamond Bullet, and I am super pumped for this one. Um, Need some of that audio to come through on the stream. So we're in Farming Sim 25 in a dedicated server. Uh, Setting in server. Growth, crop destruction, vehicle control, AI workers, general setting, radio off. Sound. Voice chat volume. Off. There we go. There we go. So, I started with 500 grand in this server and nothing. So I bought a Skoda Kodiaq RS because why not? And we currently have no land. So I'm thinking we buy this, and this maybe. Then in the future those. But I don't know the quality of these fields. So those two need plowing. That one is all weeds. Every part of that field is weeds, but it's fertilized. That's also growing. This is ready to harvest. So we're gonna go take a look at these. Use my key. So we're going... First person mode, please. So it looks like there is rain on the forecast. We're not going to be in first person. So this would be the yard. It's an okay yard. This would be a field. That needs plowing, needs lime. So we're going to need a spreader and a plow. Over here, we have some ready to harvest wheat with a 22% yield bonus. It's not fertilized though. But that's what we'll be doing today. We'll be harvesting that. And then crop destruction is on. Just this handling is a bit wonky on this car. So we're going this way. Look, I can't even drive straight. There we go. So we have our weed field here, which is growing peas. So if I bought this field, I'm getting rid of the peas, because I don't want to get a pea harvester. So we're going to go... We're going to buy that. I think we're going to buy that. Gonna buy that. And we're gonna buy that. Okay, that leaves us with 144 grand, which isn't a lot. So, we're gonna go park in the yard, which is behind us. Now I have to be careful when I'm driving, because crop destruction is indeed on. I am playing on controller today. Oh. For anyone wondering, probably why the handling feels a bit wonky. I'll get used to it, I guess. It feels very floaty. We're just gonna park this up in our driveway. Oh well, I would. Bro's in the way. Okay. First things first. We need money. Is there a way for me to increase our money without doing here? Farm management. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to take out some loans, which is okay. So the first thing I want to buy is a harvester. Don't know. Ah, there. Harvesters. So we want a relatively cheap harvester if we can. We do have the CR11 Gold Edition. There. I think we're gonna have to go. Let's go to the bank first. Has to be one of these, right? Prices. Where's the bank? Didn't menu? No. Mods and DLCs. Used vehicle sale. How do we take out a loan? Farmland. Crop calendar. Sheds. Contracts. Productions. Prices. Multiplayer. Settings. Is there no loan? We have to go to the bank. Huh? Google it. Like everything else so far. Don't play the video, please. Where to get a loan? FS25. Multiplayer. Multiplayer bank loan help. I mean, a couple of friends. Okay, that doesn't explain. Farming Sim 25, how to get a loan.
So in
No, that's not the right video.
To get a loan
Shooting him.
5, first let's click on escape, then we need to select this button right here. Now navigate to finances.
Okay. Okay, I figured it out. Hopefully. Guy seems trustworthy. So we go here. Finances. Aha! So we don't start with a loan. That should do us. Okay. Let's buy some equipment. So, harvesters. We're gonna go for the Massey. Wheels don't matter. Plate. We don't want a plate. That's all we'll need. So buy that. Then we need a header. Grain header. Or as I call them, cereal crop headers. Spend 30 grand on this. Design color can stay white. I don't care. Okay, so that's the harvester bought. Now we need a tractor. Small. Medium. Let's see. That's expensive. Okay, so small tractors then. Oh, these are tiny. These are ditty little things. This weighs 6.5 tons. Can go to 171 horsepower. It's also 152 grand. That one. 5 tons and... That doesn't... We're gonna go for this one. Wheel setups. Can we have narrow tires on this? Narrow. Okay, so we can. Okay. First standard tires. Front loader attacher we're not gonna need. Well, so this is 171 horsepower. 169 grand, so we're gonna buy that. And then we're gonna buy a trailer for it. Trailer. We only have 15 grand, so we're gonna borrow some more money. Yeah, we're gonna borrow quite a bit more money. This is off to a great start. I want... I like that one. Gonna go for it. Think that'll be okay. Then buy the rest of the machines as we need them. So first things first. Harvesting. Turn on our beacons. One thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to settings. One of these has to be... Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to farm. Lucky guy. So, we're gonna unfold. Perfect. We're gonna go up and down. I'm not gonna use GPS. I don't believe in using GPS. This machine especially doesn't look like it'll have GPS enabled. And then on. Wait. Are we... We're not gonna swath this. Button? Yeah. We're not gonna swath this because I don't want to bail right now. So let's stop. Try and drive in a straight line. But again, I don't want to use GPS. some lag spikes, but Daggerwind did say that there will be some lag spikes due to it loading up all cache and everything. I'm not too concerned. We aren't deforming the ground as much as I thought we'd be. In fact, we're not deforming the ground at all. Is that because it's multiplayer? Where's my mouse? Crops and growth. Vehicle. AI work. Why can't I use my mouse? There we go. In general settings. Funny you. Fix that. Fix that. That. Input controls sound. You're not seeing that. Because we are not deforming the ground at all. Unless it's just because the ground is really dry. Maybe. Oh well. We'll figure that out at another time. This is literally my first look at this game. And me physically playing it. I knew I should have gave myself a little more starting money. And I am doing headlands, even though I don't believe in them, because of the proximity to the road. But yeah, I'm going to put it down to we're not deforming the ground because the ground is super dry. Looks like it is going to rain soon. I do have a map. And I also have the crop rotation. So we will make a plan based on that. I have been watching Daggerwind's videos. We're in Sri Lanka. He's doing his series in the Asian map, Hutan Pantai. And my goal is to complete this map effectively, move on to the next one, which will be America, or Riverbend Springs, and then Hutan Pantai at the end. This is a dedicated server that I am in, so if people did want to join me in the future, they could. And I'm going to court on Monday, it seems. I only just found out about that today, though, so I'm not sure. I'll still go anyway, just in case. But oh well. This has got quite a large tank, to be fair. I mean, we have only done 2,000 liters, but my header is lowered. I did notice with Daggerwin, when he was using the GPS, he missed some bits. So my goal is to not use GPS where possible, and just farm freehand. I like the idea of the GPS. It's helpful in its own scenarios, but I'm not going to use it unless I really have to. And I'd only really have to when I'm doing, say, rice. Or... well, that's pretty much it. So what else do we need? We need a cultivator, a spreader, we need a sprayer, we need a plow, we need a planter. Those are all our immediate needs. I've just crushed that poor dude. Those are all our immediate needs. Then I would prefer a direct drill, personally. But it's okay. We have 3-day months. Just because I prefer having 3-day months. Personally. It is hard to keep driving in a straight line. I did say the same thing about 22 though, so... I have seen some people complaining about various different bugs. And not gonna lie, I am not helping myself at all. I have 3 mods on the server. 2 John Deere mods. And actually, I think that was it. No, and a class Jaguar harvester. So we have 3 pieces of extra equipment. One of them is a seeder, one of them is a tractor, and one of them is a harvester. And I also have the MacDon pack and the Gold Edition New Holland, which I would love to use. My guy is wearing a full Fendt outfit because obviously Fendt, my go-to tractor brand. Everyone is their own. I know Daggerwin loves Massey's. I love Fendt. I know people who love John Deere. Case IH is I think Grant's favorite for the squad. Kai, he I think is his is either Case IH or John Deere. I can't remember from that series. I don't care if I'm not harvesting straight, it doesn't make a difference. This field, though, doesn't look like it has any weeds in it. I will do contracts on days where I'm not doing anything on my own farm. I'm not going to rely on contracts for income. Oh, bit of a lag spike. That is possibly the server, though. Because it is famous or infamous that Farming Sim dedicated servers are not the best performing. Don't need that on. Actually, I do now that I'm 80% full. That's what Clarkson's farm does. They turn on their beacons when they're 80% full. The issue with having the key, every time you switch equipment, you've got to turn it off again. I think. I think the key is made with keeping machines off instead of on. When this is full, we'll go grab our tractor and trailer, bring it over empty and continue. Then we'll look at the sale price. And see when the best time to sell this wheat will be. We do have a silo. Something else I want to turn off actually is radio info triggers. Don't need them. And interactive zone markers. I don't use them. And we are in the crop. I forget that when you're in multiplayer, escape doesn't pause the game. Noted. It doesn't look like we lost too much crop though. Gonna stop this here. Then gonna jump into our tractor, which is absolutely gorgeous because it's obviously a Fendt. It's an older Fendt, but it's still good, in my opinion. Gonna hook onto the trailer. We should have a trailer cover. Do we have a trailer cover? You can select the tip side. Toggle map view. Control speed. Tip side. Stop engine. Honk. No. Gonna go take this to the field. Like so. He stops for you? That's a cool addition. We're then gonna go park this. Yeah? First a little bit. Gonna turn that off. If I remember correctly, that's to put the pipe out. It is. There we go. In it goes. Our first bit of harvest in FS25. Gonna turn our beacons off now that we're under 80% full. We're listening to the pool and hot tub and beach playlist. For anyone wondering. Yep. I think it's pretty good of me to have done this whole thing and only missed those 2 little bits then. For my standard, anyway. I'm not really a professional farm sim player. There's farm sim esports, ain't there? Interesting. So once this is harvested, we're gonna see what this field needs. If it needs cultivating, if it needs lime, what have you. We are gonna need a forklift as well. Of some kind. Whether it's a telehandler, wheel loader, just a normal forklift. Gonna be buying a lot of equipment. A lot of big bags. But we have the bulk of our equipment now. Our fields aren't massive. I wouldn't say they're massive. They're big. They're a nice size. But I mean, we started with nothing, so that's why there's so many loans taken out. We do want to repay the loan as soon as possible. Right now, that doesn't seem to be possible. My goal is to not do anything off of stream either. All I did off of stream for this save was set it up and buy the Skoda Kodiak. Set up the farm, buy the Skoda Kodiak. That's all I did. But from now, everything I do in game is going to be done on stream. And I can also set it to where everything grows whilst I'm offline. Probably not going to enable that though, considering I'm not going to be playing every single day. Time will stay at 5 times speed. Unless I'm getting off, then I guess I'll change it to 1 times. Then 3 in-game days will be 3 real-life days, and it just makes sense. But this should be our final strip. Or not. Come back for that. And that. I didn't check anything before stream either, but I didn't check if these fields had anything in them till I did on stream. Got everything? Looks like it. I think we need a shed. So we won't have it yet. What I'll do is I'll Park this in here. Okay. Now, gonna go and check the prices of wheat. God, there's so much just garbage in this game, man. No key. There's a mushrooms. Wheat. There. Right now it's actually the worst for the price. So we're not going to sell it. So we're going to go and unload it. Our silo. Not a massive silo. Don't have access to this? Really? Do I not? Why don't I? That's water. What does this store then? I guess we can sell that. Sheds, silos. That's what it was. Unload into that one. Yeah. Very small platform. We have just a platform. Oh. That's that emptied. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look at the map. So we have these. Farmland, create job, active workers, crop types, growth. So that is growing, but we're getting rid of it. So it doesn't matter. Cloud. Harvested. So this needs a lot. Soil composition needs plowing. It's also mulch. It needs lime. these two aren't fertilized. That one's fully fertilized. So we're just going to go over that with a cultivator. So let's buy a cultivator. Used market. Delivery distributor. Plant potatoes. Windrower. Okay, nothing there. In vehicles, we're gonna need cultivator. $16,000 meters. We don't have enough horsepower for that. Do this. Sure. We'll do that. Let's go pick it up. We have 175 horsepower, which means we should be able to pull this easily. Okay. So we're going to cultivate our pea field because peas need harvesters specific equipment, which we can't afford. We're gonna get rid of these, replace them with something else. Okay, let's go. Now there are field stones. We're not going to pick those just yet. Stone pickers aren't cheap. We're going to cultivate. Then the field next to us, the other two fields need ploughing, so we'll do that as well. Then once that's done, we'll fertilize and lime the fields. We're gonna need more of a loan. Then we don't really need a flatbed though, because we live across the road from the store. So we're not gonna worry about that. So we don't need a flatbed. We will need something to bring the pallets and bags and things. I accidentally hired a worker. Did not mean to do that. Fucking worker took off my alignment. But yeah, we are gonna plant every field. Why does my controller do that? Just sends me off to the right randomly. I don't cultivate, I don't plow, and I don't plant with a headland. I only harvest with a headland if it requires it. Because I feel like if you cultivate plow and plant with a headland, it just makes the crop look ugly and the field look ugly, and we don't want that. Like I missed some bits on the edge. Or not. Just looks weird. Once all our fields are looked after, we'll look into getting things like greenhouses. Do some productions, make money off of that. Maybe bees, make some honey. Constructables, we're not gonna touch. Because constructables are... They're cheap to build, yes. But unless you have all the factories and things set up, it's expensive. Then you need to buy the things, and it's expensive. So we're gonna stay away from constructables for now. Ground deformation doesn't look right. Still. And our equipment isn't getting dirty. Hey? Weird. But we're going. All the issues I'm mentioning could just be the multiplayer, not the game. We'll eventually own this field 43, which I will just probably turn into a turnaround, but and that field over there, the 48. That's not the right map. The field I'm looking at is 45. Big one just behind the yard. I'll just show you on this map. Oh, I've dropped my controller. This one. This one. I'll turn that into... But I don't know, because I need to expand my yard. That's obvious. I do have all this land around it that I could expand into. And 45 might be used for that. If I got 43, then I don't know what I'd turn that into. But something I like doing is setting up like museums of equipment that I've had. I don't like selling equipment unless I have to. So I might do that on one of these fields, or once I'm done with the series, just turn the yard into it. Because I like keeping my saves. And who knows, when the next farm sim comes out, we might revisit this, see our equipment, and go down memory lane. But right now, we farm. I will definitely be keeping the first tractor I own. This. Of every save I do. Can't say the same about other pieces of machinery. I do sometimes just set it onto another save. And use that save's money to fund the museum. But I like it because I do revisit some of these old saves that I have. In every game I do. Because I don't really have series that last very long on Palm Sim. So, this is a good little tractor actually. It wasn't cheap. But it's a great tractor to begin with. Because it's small, it's heavy, it's powerful, and it isn't really struggling that much. Getting a lot of field stones. But I'm not going to be using the field stones yet. I will one day, because you need them to make cement, I believe. There will be series that I do that won't be streamed as well, over on my YouTube channel. I will be starting recording over the weekend as well as streaming, as well as other things. I am ill today. Might not be able to notice it. I was ill yesterday, I'm ill today. And I'm going to court on Monday, and I've got an inspection Monday afternoon. But again, I didn't know about the court visit until an email came through today, regarding the inspection. But this controller, man, I do need a new one. I will, in future episodes, start using my wheel. Hopefully that's better. Because look, I wasn't even touching my thumbstick then, and my vehicle just veers to the right because I have very severe stick drift on this controller. I do need a new. It happens in every game I play, so that's not a game issue. Like, look, I'm trying to go straight. My controller just doesn't let me. A lot of corrections going on. I think the different lag spikes are the autosave intervals. Makes sense. That's a big field. 48. If you combined 41, 48, and the field next to it, you'd have one massive field. That's like a late game field, one where you've got big equipment and things. Because with little equipment, you ain't finding those 3 fields and thinking, hey, let's do it. You'll be like harvesting for hours. I didn't line myself up very well for this run through. But oh well. Continue anyway. I like my fields to be as neat as possible. Which is why I try not using GPS, which I probably could. But I don't want to. And why I don't do headlands when plowing, cultivating, or planting. Look, I hired a worker again. Because the button to hire a worker is B on controller. Or I don't know what it is on PlayStation. And to lower equipment, it's left bumper and B. And my left bumper doesn't work all the time. Another reason I need to change. But I'm having a heck of a time, me. I love relaxing and playing a game like this. The end of this stream will be, hopefully, all our fields planted. Well, once all fields are prepared, we'll look at the planting schedule. We'll look at the in-game one, but in the future I'm not going to be using the in-game one or the in-game map that much. I'll only be using it to make my point. I can't tell what is our field and what isn't. Look at the grass texture and look at the texture of what I'm cultivating. That's insane. It'll be a while till we do peas. Be a while till we do rice, probably. Grapes. There's a lot of things I've never harvested before in this game. Like grapes, peas, and stuff like that. And then there's all the new stuff. The spinach, the rice. I don't know where my field ends. Got one last little bit left up here. Okay, that's cultivating done. That field. old option for this later. We're just gonna cut across this one. Place our cultivator next to our trailer. Then we need a plow. Tiny. We'll take this one. Yes. Go pick it up. Go. So we have let's see. So oh lord. Oh that's phones. Okay, we'll turn that off. So these two need plowing and lime and fertilizing. So we're gonna go plow them. It's probably gonna take us a while. I don't normally have plowing enabled for this reason. This field looks like it's plowed. You know what? We're gonna turn off plowing. Game settings. Periodic plowing required. We'll turn that off. I will just cultivate this field and the other one. Because these plows are tiny. We're just gonna throw this next to this shed. Can we use this shed? Can, but not really for anything. There we go. So we're gonna need our cultivator again. Not a worker again. Okay. Don't look that through. This one. I'm again just assuming that it's dry ground or because it's multiplayer. I do apologize for the fact that we're cultivating constantly, but we need to. I would like to get all 3 fields planted today. Preferably. Or, because it's the start of August, and we have 3 days stuff on. Could do 2 one day. 1. Well, there's 3 days. We can spread them out. So we harvest them on different days. But you know what? No. I'm going to plant all 3. Stick to my original plan. Plant all 3. Make sure all 3 are limed and fertilized. So I need a spreader, sprayer. Bish and bash and bosh. I don't know what our daily interest rate's going to be on the loan. It's a pretty sizable loan. Also, another reason I turned off needs plowing. Is because this field is clearly plowed. So why would it need plowing again? Once we have bigger equipment and bigger plows, then I'll plow a field. I see. That land's not flat, is it? There. There. But... You know what? No. I'm gonna do cultivating this episode. This stream. Finish this stream off after that field's cultivated. I'll come up with a game plan off stream. And, tomorrow, when I stream again, we'll be planting and doing contracts. Yes. That's what we're doing. Today it's preparing. Tomorrow it's planting. The only reason I'm saying that, I don't want each stream to be too long. Because Daggerwin, the first day he got his game, he spent like either 8 or 12 hours playing it. We're not doing that. I need to rest, I need to have breaks, I need to do other things. I need to plan what I'm doing at court on Monday. Etc, etc. I know how I'm getting to court, but I haven't been given any official documentation or anything. Oh well. I'll figure it out. But also, I am still ill. So this one stream is probably not going to be as long as the others when I'm less ill. And next week, when I have my 4 days off. My streams will be probably longer, unless I'm doing something. I do have people to go meet on different days and things, so gotta plan things. This field that I'm currently on is, I'm assuming, our biggest. I think it'll be the one that's going to take forever to cultivate. Starting to... Looks like... Yeah, that's either snow or hail. Ah, it is diamonds. I think it's hailing. That's okay. We keep going. Our first change in weather. We're going to look at the weather forecast to see how long this is expected to stay. So... about 2 hours. 2 hours of this. We have no tornadoes in the forecast. But either this is hail or snow, I don't know. Gonna continue though. But we do need these fields to be cultivated. I didn't play Zelonka on 22. I didn't have that expansion. So this is my first experience of Zelonka. I also didn't watch Daggerwin's Zelonka series on 22. I don't think. That Zelonka is one of the multiplayer survival things they did. But we continue. Ground texture that isn't our field is definitely changing. Getting a bit of a white tinge to it. Our field is too, to be fair. Turn on some lights. That beacons, because why not? Be safe, be seen. I do get why people like using GPS and things. I prefer not to. assuming we're gonna sink into the ground more now that it's wetter. They are looking more 3D, and our equipment's actually getting dirtier. Wet though. We're gonna keep going. I would not recommend doing this. You wouldn't want to plow or cultivate in the rain, I wouldn't think. Because you could easily get stuck in the rain. But I'm going to anyway. But yes, in the next one, we're gonna plant, we're gonna spread lime, and we're gonna fertilize on our field. Hopefully we can get a decent sized planter in the sale. That's what I'm hoping for. That sale is gonna become a lifesaver. We've had to start with nothing. If I knew we were starting with nothing, I would have given myself some additional starting money. But you can see where all the different drops are landing. Then melting away. Oh. Because, I mean, hail is just like ice. So, it does make sense. People have been complaining that there's no, like, ramps or anything for the pressure washer. So that's interesting. Is a pressure washer not unplaceable? But I'm having fun, eh? I don't understand doing 1 day months. That just, in my opinion, would make everything feel like it's going super fast. And if you gotta cultivate 5 fields, or well, not cultivate, if you gotta harvest 5 fields, and they're relatively large and you've only got 1 harvester, then you're gonna be super stressed out trying to fit all that into 1 day. That's why I always do 3-day months. Because you can spread things out between the 3 days of the month. But it also means if you only have a small amount of fields, then you have a lot more downtime, which is okay, because you can focus on other things, like productions or contracts. Which is why, if I was to start this in single player, and I'd had the starting farm, I wouldn't instantly buy another field. I'll see how that starting farm does first, and then next harvest or next planting season, I'll go through and maybe then buy another farm when there's the money for it. I do like buying new equipment. I'm gonna check the sale once more at the end of the stream. See what's there. I am liking this little tractor. It is only a small tractor. I do want to upgrade it as soon as possible. But it is working. It's doing the job with the equipment that we bought. And it's a Fendt, so it matches my outfit now. I do like Fendt. I'm going to be using as much Fendt as possible. In things where there isn't something that's Fendt or affordable. Won't be. We will be experimenting with a bunch of different things. And I will be doing a video where I go through everything. Like, I'll just have a ton of money, buy everything and place them all in, like, stretch of land. Like I do a lot of other things. Like, a lot of other, like, game reviews. And I'm reviewing, like, vehicles and things. I'll get them all out, park them up. I don't think we're going to be planting all one crop. All 3 fields being one crop. I would like soybeans, but soybeans need a planter, not a seeder, and seeders are cheaper than planters. We'd also need a plant of things like sunflowers and corn. A seeder, you can do rice, or, well, long grain rice. You can also do with the cereal header, grain header. Game calls it. I call them cereal crop headers because that's what they specialize with. Hate this little bit here. Yeah, I'm enjoying this already. It's not like a super exciting game. And there's also a reason I'm not using workers. I try my best not use workers. We should only have this for another hour or so, I think. See how it gets caked in the wheels as well. And double check. Ow! Yeah, it should be clearing up now, according to the forecast. It isn't. The forecast says it should be. It should stop any minute. Not showing any signs of it. If I was farming in real life, I would not be cultivating in hail. Be pretty irresponsible for the machinery. Tractor does struggle a little bit on this field. Uphill. The rain. Or hail, which makes sense. But we're still going. It does take a while cultivating, but It has to be done. Not my favorite task. I do like harvesting. I still like this though. Just gonna check the sale real quick. New one here? No. These are the mods. Okay. You can see the Magdon pack. I would love to get this one day. That thing looks fucking insane. Gold and I love it. There is a Fent harvester. We'll also get this at some point. That'll probably be our upgrade harvester. Upgrade to that from that. Up 600 liters more, but it's like almost 160 grand more expensive. You got these things which are unnecessarily expensive. I think I'd prefer that to that. Personally, it should have its own header, right? Edition. I'm gonna get an all gold harvester. Do they have a corn header that matches? Nah. That's not fair. Does it do corn? Yes. Okay. We're gonna do our last field. Which is our biggest field. I think. It looks like it. It should take longer to do this field, unfortunately. Before we do this field, I am just going to go on a brief intermission, so please enjoy the music. Okay, I am back. I went to get an energy drink and look at emails and Discord and do a bunch of things. Because I don't just stream when I stream. I have to check things. I'm not one of them professional full-time streamers where they can just put all of their focus on streaming, unfortunately. I don't earn enough for that. But the rain has stopped, so we can probably turn these off now. Actually, you know what? We're going to keep them on. No, we're not. Okay. So we're gonna cultivate this field. And then all 3 fields are ready for planting. Also, our tractor's cleaned up a little bit. It's still dirty. We will need to buy a pressure washer at some point. Okay. Again, text messages. We are going to keep going. Finish this up, and then we'll be done for the day. No fucking workers! One thing I don't like is that I had to switch my silos out. And it wouldn't let me use the silo that was here. I don't really like the fact that I'm starting with nothing, but that's not the game's fault. That Skoda doesn't drive very well compared to the rest of this equipment. The rest of this equipment drives fine. But it is what it is. Fuck off. In the future, I will be doing video series similar to this one. Only completely AI controlled. And that'll be single player. This is currently multiplayer, like I said at the start. Which could explain some of the issues I'm having. But over time you could see new people, new farms start cropping up, new people driving past. Because obviously the shop's right there. And the reason I want to do multiplayer I don't think I ever really explained it properly, is I want the map to feel more alive. No! Fucking hell. I want there to be more physical farmers driving around, farming, that you can see working in the fields. That's what I want. And that's why I wanted multiplayer. Only, I don't currently have any friends that want to play this game. Which is interesting. And we don't need their voices, we don't need anything. They just need to join every now and then and farm. That's all they need to do. I'll find someone at some point. But I want the map to feel more alive. I can have up to, well, including myself, 4 farmers on my current plan. If more interest grows, then I will pay to increase that. But currently, there can be 4 of us. Like, imagine, I'm planting in this field. It's done it again, hasn't it? I'm planting in this field, and across the way, you've got someone operating a harvester in that field. In 51. Or someone's doing some spraying in, I would say, those larger fields over there. It's very possible. And I think it would be nice to see. Instead of all the fields around you just popping different things each day, actually watching physical tractors and physical people planting, plowing, cultivating, spraying, setting up their own yards, seeing all the different equipment. It'll be a fun little thing. It won't be like a full survival challenge. It won't be a competition. It'll just be, hey look, new farmers moved in. Let's go say hi. You know, that kind of thing. Introduce ourselves. Be hired by them at an inflated rate. Like, if I'm doing nothing one day, I could just be hired to work on someone else's farm whilst they're there doing something else as well. And although, yes, we can have 4 people in at one time, doesn't mean only 4 people can ever join. It means 4 people can join at once. So we could have 10 different people sharing 5 different farms, but being on at different times. And the map will feel a lot more alive. A lot more dynamic, some would say. And it's a shame that the AI don't do that. They don't work in their fields. It's something I was hoping for. Something a lot of farmers in Farm Sim 22 wanted was dynamic farmers. So they'd be actually working in their fields. Because real life, you'll see people working in their farms from your farm. And we could be working here and see a harvester over in that big field, and it'll be great to see. And one day, it'll be something I'll have. And then if I change maps, they'll all come with me. And we'll effectively start from where we left off. So I'll make sure each farmer sells their equipment if they want. See how much money they have. Give it to them at the new location. And then we'd all start with that money. Like, we moved there. We dropped everything and moved. That's how I want it to be. That's how I want it to be spread through the 3 maps. And some modded maps in the future. And it's a dedicated server, like I said, so anyone can join at any point. I don't even have to be online for it. So we're halfway through this field, it looks like. But even though all I've done really is cultivate, I'm enjoying this. We have harvested. We are going to keep hold of that wheat until it's at its best. I think that'll be responsible of us. And between this stream and next, we will find out. That's a bit of a glitch. The ground surface type not fully changing. But again, it is very early doors for this game. So bugs are expected. I could have waited a month, yes. I do know that. But then I have to think. But then everyone's already done everything on the game. Whereas right now, I haven't seen much Zalonka stuff. I haven't seen someone start with absolutely nothing. I haven't seen... Like, this is great. My server is hosted in America, though. There's no UK servers. Yet. From my provider. I got the server with the game, so... no complaints there. But it is only for a month. But I will be paying it afterwards. And over time, issues will get fixed. There's also a chance that a lot of the issues, like I said, these texture glitches could just be because it's multiplayer and is trying to sync with the server. It's not all just a game. I am jumping straight in on a server. But I would like... Why does it keep doing that? This fucking controller, man. I would like to see more farmers. More dynamic farming. And also, having these 3-day months means I'm going to cover a lot more every month. But also, I'm not going to, like, complete the game in 3 months. Real life month. I'm not going to be at a point where I'll be bored. Straight away. Okay, once this is done, we'll park in the yard, and end the stream here. Then when we come back, hopefully, it'll be at this point still. I will stop the server because no one's going to be joining it. But I'm enjoying this. Compound wage payment for all the different fucking workers I accidentally hired. Looks like we have some rain on the way. Which is going to be hell for if we're planting or spraying or spreading. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. I'm not going to rely on like collectibles and stuff for money. But yeah, I'm ill with food poisoning for anyone curious. I ordered some food and it messed me up. Like, I was bedbound for most of this morning. I had to cancel an appointment I had, which is why I have to go to court on Monday. I might not sound ill right now, but I have been resting. I haven't been online that much today. So, hopefully the courts take it into mind that I was ill and that I do have it booked for that day. Just have to do some things over the weekend to prepare, and we'll be done. And once the inspections are done, I'll be fine. I'm spending no more money between now and like New Year, and I don't need to. So most of my money is going to start saving. I'm going to save up for a holiday somewhere nice, hopefully, and hopefully pay off every debt that I have. And we'll be okay. I'll be okay. I do have my suit still for court. I still have all the documents from the last time I went to court. We're nearly done now. If I go silent, it's just because I'm planning things in my head for the future. Not for the farm, but for my court case. I have to plan everything out. I have to plan what I'm going to say, how I'm getting there, everything like that. I'm doing that in my head whilst farming because it's the best time to do it. Really. Yeah, we're nearly done. Feel like this was our biggest field, but it hasn't taken as long as the others. That could just be due to speed and things. Because that field, on the steep part, we were doing 6 miles an hour. This one, we're doing 8 and 9 constantly. That one didn't take too long. That one, field 47. And one last rundown. It's getting darker, so we're going to turn on our lights. And look, when you're not doing a headland, everything is so nice and neat. It just looks so much better from every angle. We're gonna see if we can buy a pressure washer, because I do want to wash this equipment. So we're gonna go here. Miscellaneous. Gonna go park this in the yard. Gonna try something with this pressure washer. That car does have a tow bar. Can I hook onto it? I don't know. So how do I move this? Switch hand tool. Take Lance. Oh. Enter vehicle. This is stupid. But I get what they mean. I get what that review meant when it came to this. But this is actually quite cool, because it means you can move it around instead of having it in one fixed location. We're gonna just park it here. We should probably stop the engine a bit. Okay. Off we go, back home in our Skoda. I like that our yard has 2 entrances. That's always a bonus. Okay. Hey, Walter. So we're gonna now take this. The pressure washer. Ah, this you can see is 3D. Okay, it looks like we do have the right game installed after all. One thing I've never really liked about Farming Sim is the way you wash the vehicles. You can just hold down the sprayer in one area and it'll do it. Like, look, we've done this entire side, but this side's going to be done as well. Oh, wrong vehicle. We are now going to place this back over here. Next to our trailer. Gonna park this. Oh, we'll park it here. That's this bench. There we go. So one last look in the used vehicles. I'm not sure if this vehicle would have been a great starter. It is only 60 grand, but it's 143 horsepower, which is okay. But it will then also need maintenance and things. I wish Walter didn't stand in the middle of the driveway. Well, I'm gonna move where I park my car. I think we'll move it. Because every time I park it there, I feel like I'm gonna run him over. We're just gonna park it here. How good's the interior of this car? Yeah, that's actually quite cool. Look, you can see how my thumbstick acts. I wasn't touching it at all then. That's cool. Yeah, that is gonna do it for this stream. Here's my guy, by the way. Thank you for coming out and joining me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.